welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Dalvin Cook, the Vikings running back that has just recently been let go into free agency as he's been cut by the Minnesota Vikings, and now him and DeAndre Hopkins, a person we've already talked about earlier, are now in free agency looking for a new home. So, let's talk about Dalvin's decent recent season. Dalvin will be a part of the shaky Minnesota Vikings team going throughout the season, sneaking out God knows how wins, such as a Colts victory with a 33-point comeback, and a Justin Jefferson miracle catch winning a Bills game in overtime. Needless to say, the Vikings weren't the most stable team last year. Dalvin, however, would not do his part by tilting a lot in his overall stats, regressing a lot in yards, which almost went below 1,000 for the first ever time in his career, and failed to exceed the high demands of his side of the team. The rushing game for Minnesota seemed to lean towards Madison now, and being that Cook is now going on 30, which is already older for a running back, on top of this, he still has 3 years left on his 5-year deal of $63 million for Dalvin Cook. Dalvin isn't the cheapest running back, to say the least, and on top of this, he has struggled to produce as much as usual in points. As Dalvin enters free agency with high standards, no team exactly wants him at first. There are two teams, however, that Dalvin has in mind that he has great connections with, so let's talk about them. The first being the Buffalo Bills. James Cook, as you might all know, is a part of the Buffalo Bills, and he's currently the second-string running back behind Devin Singletary. Now, James Cook, being the rookie for the Buffalo Bills, will need a couple of years to develop behind a better running back than Devin Singletary. Nyheim Hines, also being on the Bills, will not be such a stable player to look after either, as he's more of a punting and kicking receiver. Therefore, Dalvin would slide right in, being the Bills' #1 running back and getting to play along his brother James Cook. While with the Bills losing lots of cap by some key roster players this offseason, they have the salary for Cook as well. As for the other team, that would be the Miami Dolphins. This is already a mega team. After acquiring Jalen Ramsey on defense, all they're missing is one thing: a decent running back. Which, don't count out Raheem Mostert. He's a solid running back and always has been for the Miami Dolphins, but his age now, coming up on 31, 32, is starting to get the best of him, and Dalvin Cook would slide right into their roster, being the one and only thing that the Dolphins offense needs left to be a pretty solid team going into next season. They already have Hill, they already have Waddle, they already have Tua, they have a solid O-line, they have a solid defense, they have Terrell Armstead, they have, what's his name? Jalen Ramsey, they have Xavier Howard, and they have now a solid running back in Dalvin Cook. If they can get him, he would slide right in. Now the Dolphins will be a very good team, contending for second or first place next season, and if they have Dalvin Cook, they could very well take home first place, fighting with the Bills and the Jets. But overall, Dalvin could very well go anywhere. I would best fit him in Miami right now, but just because of how perfect he'll slide into anyone's roster right now that needs a running back, Dalvin could really go anywhere. But right now, I'm projecting him to be in the AFC, preferably the AFC North. Let me know what you think below, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.